this is really what God intended for us. If you'll look with me at Matthew 28, Jesus' last words kind of spell it out for us. Here's what he said. Therefore go and make disciples. Actually, in the Greek text, the imperative, so it's like the thing you got to do, that's what an imperative is, make disciples. The other expressions describe how you make disciples. So as you go, that's describing how you make disciples. So somebody who's really trying to obey this command is going to be going and looking and searching for people. So as you go, make disciples. And how do you make disciples? Well, you do two things. You baptize them into the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So you're baptizing them into the possession. Literally, you're helping somebody to be possessed and owned by God. So you're baptizing them into the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And secondly, you're teaching them. And by the way, it's not that you're just teaching them. A lot of people think, okay, they're going to get baptized and then they're going to be taught. It's actually more practical than that. You are teaching them to obey everything I commanded you, Jesus says. And then surely I'm with you always to the end of the age. So if you will, let's think about what that is. I've got a diagram here that has the two parts of conversion. So we want to disciple lost people so that they're going to get baptized. And then after somebody's baptized, we want to disciple the saved to maturity. That's why disciple making is the core mission of the church, and it's the greatest mission on planet Earth. Think about this. Think about if you are a disciple and you're a part of a church like New Life, which is an awesome thing. You are not only a part of a church, but you're engaged together with others in that mission of literally changing the eternal destiny of other people. So a lot of times people will kind of get all wrapped up around like, well, okay, that my church wants me to be a disciple and help make disciples. Why should I do that? And I just want to, I could talk about this a long time, but what I want to say is we do it for love. I am so grateful that Mac Jacobs, who discipled me, helped disciple my mother. My mother recently died, and I was able to do her funeral. And when I was doing my mother's funeral, because she had become a follower of Jesus, she had spent decades writing a bulletin article for the church she attended. And what I did at my mother's funeral, which was literally June 1st of this year, is I had 20 minutes in the funeral to talk about her life. And you know what I did? I read her bulletin articles where she talked about her faith and where she talked about Jesus. And at the end of the funeral, whenever you're a preacher doing a funeral and you really believe in Jesus, the biggest thing you care about at the funeral is that you know that some people will never hear about Jesus except maybe in a funeral. And as I finished doing the sermon that was a part of the funeral, I just kept thinking, I'm so grateful to God for the love that I experienced and that my mother experienced, that somebody helped us to know Jesus and to have that security. And if there's nothing else that I could say to you, I would just say this. If you really love people, you want God's best for them. You want them to experience the forgiveness of Jesus, the new life in Jesus. Let me just say you want them in this world to follow Jesus because it may not be the easiest, but it is absolutely the best life. It's the best, it's the kind of life that over the long haul is the best for that person and for everybody around them. And then on top of that, to not face God's judgment in eternity because the forgiveness of Jesus is ours. Can you think of a better gift to give people? And out of love, we would want that for everyone. And then for everyone who's already saved, we want to disciple them because God's life is the best life.